So far, one of the best na packaging na nakuha ko for a smartphone unboxing this 2026. And ito na, ang Iron Man Edition ng POCO X8 Pro. Sobrang ganda na kanyang box. And this is just a continuation ng POCO X7 Pro nila na Iron Man Edition din. So what's inside this box? I'm pretty sure na gusto nyo makita. Papakita ko sa inyo right after this quick intro. So yun guys, ang ganda ng kanyang box. Oh. Look, sa gilid, nakasulod dito POCO. Tapos may Iron Man logo. Ito naman sa kanyang sides. And ganito yung tsura sa likod niya. Kahit dito sa ilalim, in-effort din nila. Oh. Look, so bubuksan ko na right now ang kanyang box. Uy, ang ganda. Look guys, oh. Presentation-wise guys, ang ganda sobra. Kahit dito sa ilalim, oh. Pakita ko sa inyo isa-isa to. So makita natin dito, nandiyan kayo na SIM ejector tool. Ang sarap ang unbox ng limited edition just like this. Ito nakasulat din POCO X8 Pro Limited Iron Man Edition. So this is not just any ordinary case. Quick start guide, warranty card nandyan. Andito ang kanyang case. Mas sabi ko sa inyo guys to, ang kanyang case, ang ganda ng effort na nilagay ni POCO dito. Look, just wow, ang ganda. Promise. And nandito ang kanyang marble na SIM ejector pin. Napakita ko na the other things. Ang ganda ng printout dito. Yung armor ni Iron Man. And yung likod nito, maganda rin. Medyo may pagkakunting hologram effect. And tinanggal ko na yung phone. And tinanggal ko na rin kanyang charging cable, which is A to C na cable na color red. I like it. Well, except that wala siyang kasamang charging brick dito sa loob. Probably that's the only bummer para sa akin. Most likely, tatanong mo sa akin kung anong charging brick ang pwede ko recommend. You can try this one out from Ugreen, 100 watts na fast charging. And guys, ito, support na niya ang proprietary na fast charging ni Xiaomi on this one. So, ipopost ko na lang yung link on the description kung saan mo siya pwede mabili. Astig din to, 5 gadgets pwede mo sabay-sabay i-charge. And pag hindi mo kailangan, likit mo lang. And so, ito na, ang Iron Man phone ni POCO. The POCO X8 Pro. Just look at the beauty, guys. And itong POCO X8 Pro na Iron Man Edition na may 12 gigs of RAM and a 512 gigs of storage, ang kanyang presyo is 22,999. Pero pwede mo rin bili ang kanyang non-Iron Man Edition. Ang kanyang 8256 would be priced at 18,999. Ang kanyang 8512 would be priced at 19,999. And ang kanyang 12512 would be priced at 21,999. Yung mga non-Iron Man Edition would get a 1,000 pesos off during early bird sale. Pero if I were you, get this edition. And of course, check na lang mga links on the description box below kung saan mo siya pwede mabili, or just simply click yung YouTube shopping link para ma-redirect kayo sa official store ng POCO para hindi kayo ma-scam ng mga scammer. And for every purchase na ginagawa nyo using my links, nakakatulong din kayo to contribute a bit dito sa akin channel para makabili ko ng mga bagong gadgets to review just for you. So thank you in advance. Napag-usapan natin purely itong Iron Man Edition. I really love itong edition na ito. It looks really nice. Except na siguro medyo mas fan ako ng red na background compared dito sa black. But I ain't saying na pangit naman to. It's just that mas gusto ko lang talaga yung pula. Siguro Iron Man kasi pula. Overall, yung kanyang likod is matte finish, so walang fingerprint. Except yung printed logo ni Iron Man dito is medyo shiny, so medyo may kunting fingerprints pag hinahawakan mo madalas. We have side aluminum frames, a glass back finish, and a Corning Gorilla Glass 7i dito sa harap. One good thing is Iron Man theme din ang kanyang wallpaper. Plus yung kanyang mga icons is Iron Man theme din. Dalagang binigyan na ng effort, no? And overall form factor is pretty good and solid. So kung gusto mo makita ang full spec sheet nito phone na ito, share ko sa inyo. Now, ang dami kong ginawa dito sa phone na ito. I did try to do all of the multitasking na gusto ko gawin dito sa phone na ito, and it was really awesome. Wala kang maging problema dito dahil ang ganda ng kanyang processor inside. And it's a big step up din compared sa X7 Pro, which sports the Dimensity 8400, and this time around 8500 Ultra na siya. And by far, pagdating sa performance, sobra akong happy, and malaki-laki din ang lundag niya compared sa 8400. Sa Antutu benchmark score pala, makita mo 2.1 million ang kanyang score na nakuha versus the 8400, which can probably get you at around mga 1.3 to 1.4 million points. Now, if you want to check the other benchmark na ginawa natin dito sa phone na ito, i-share ko rin sa inyo. Now, one of the good things dito sa phone nito is improved din ang battery size at 6,500 mAh na silicon carbon na battery. Except that it doesn't come together with a charging brick na 100 watts na dapat. And good thing din, itong phone na ito, kahit hindi max variant, it also supports the 100 watts of fast charging na kaya din ng max. Also, together with it is a 27 watts na reverse wired charging, which you can use this one as a power bank in case of emergency. Now, on day-to-day average usage, walang problema. I would say na halos siguro kaya nga niya magtagal ng 2 araw basta you're using it normally, hindi ka babad, and walang problema ang 2 whole days dito sa phone na ito. And in fact, nung dinetesting ko naman siya sa PC Mark battery stress test, halos 22.5 hours ang kanyang screen on time na binigay sa akin. So, beat that. Nang pag-usapan natin right now ang kanyang display. Medyo mas maliit ang kundi ang kanyang display at 6.59 inch na 1.5K na AMOLED display. Meron siyang 120Hz na screen refresh rate, meron siyang PWM dimming, and 2,560Hz ang kanyang instant touch sampling rate. Meron siyang TV ring lang ng low blue light certificate to make sure na protected ang iyong mata if you're using this phone for long hours. And on top of that, Corning Gorilla Glass 7 ay protected siya. Now, honestly, masaya naman ako sa kanyang display and I've been using this one as my main daily driver. Ginagamit ko siya for social media. Okay naman siya. Smooth na smooth ang aking experience thanks to its 120Hz screen refresh rate. And one good thing din dito sa kanya is hindi sobrang kapal ang ng bezel. Tamang-tama lang siya, symmetrical naman siya all throughout all sides, and it has a flat screen display. So kung mahilig ka sa social media, Facebook, Instagram, lahat yan walang problema. Mabilis naman mag-load yung mga shorts dito as long as maganda yung connection sa iyong internet service provider. Na kung mahilig ka naman manood mga videos sa long format like sa YouTube and Netflix, it is also a good experience dito sa phone na ito dahil maganda ka ng display. Now, the phone na ito has a stereo speaker being powered by Dolby Atmos. And sa ilalim, meron siyang mga loudspeaker grills dito. And sa ibabaw, it's coming out from dito sa kanyang earpiece. Now, patugtog lang tayo ng theme song ng Avengers to check out kung kamusta na kanyang sounds. Sagad ko muna yung volume. So honestly, yung kanyang sound is okay. Probably I would say na above average para sa akin personally, pero hindi naman siya sobrang lakas na mind-blowing, no? Overall, the sound experience is not bad, pero not the best that I can say. Now, this is the first time na nahawakan ko si Dimensity 8500 Ultra. And alam naman natin kakayahan ni 8400 and it can play you some really good games. So sa 8500, nakakuha tayo ng higher benchmark sa Antutu benchmark. So tumaas ang expectation ko dito sa chip na ito. And I was able to play 4 games dito on this phone: Genshin Impact, Wuthering Waves, Call of Duty Mobile, and si Where Winds Meet. Pagdating sa Call of Duty Mobile, I was able to achieve 120 FPS. Maning-mani lang siya, wala kang maging problema dito sa kanya. And honestly, sobrang smooth ang naging experience ko dito. Consistent naman ang ng frame rate at 120. Kaya nagbabakbakan na kayo, marami kayo nagpapatayan ng certain scene, sobrang consistent pa rin naman siya. Maganda ka ng touch response, wala kang maging problema sa kanya. Sounds is just okay. Probably you can plug in your favorite TWS para mas maganda yung experience. And pinakamainit na inabot ko dito is just 39 degrees Celsius after an hour of gameplay. Pagdating sa Genshin Impact, I was also able to achieve 60 FPS dito sa kanya, and the gameplay was also good. Nung chinecheck ko ang kanyang FPS counter habang nagka-clash ako, naglalaro siya at around mga 55-56 ng FPS. And pag nag-adventure ka naman, it would run as high as 61 to 62. Overall gameplay is good, solid, magandang kanyang display, wala kang maging problema sa touch response. And pinakamay nila inabot ko dito is 40 degrees Celsius. Pagdating sa Where Winds Meet, umabot ako dito ng 60 FPS. Pero pagdating sa laban, napapansin ko na nagda-drop siya to 35 FPS. Probably I would say na hindi pa siya ganun ka-stable on this bagong chip. So hopefully sa next firmware upgrade, ma-address nila tong issue na ito. Pero overall, okay naman ka ng gameplay. Though I would say na mafe-feel mo talaga yung frame drops dito while naglalaban ka. Pero one good thing naman sa kanya is hindi naman siya sobrang init at 39 degrees Celsius. Wuthering Waves, umabot din ako ng 60 FPS. And pagdating sa mga clash, medyo stable naman siya. Naglalaro at around 57 to 58 FPS. Magandang ka ng display that I can say. Magandang ka ng touch response. Pagdating sa sounds, just okay. Average lang naman siya. And one good news dito sa inyo guys is quite cool siya at 41 degrees Celsius. So pag-uusapan din natin right now ang camera performance ng POCO X8 Pro. This one comes together with a 50MP na Sony IMX882. Meron siyang OIS and EIS stabilization dito. Together with a 8MP na ultra-wide lens, it can shoot you up to 4K and 60 sa rear. And ang kanyang harap is a 20MP na shooter which can shoot you up to 1080p and 60 FPS. Na kung nang babakasyon ka and you love to take outdoor shot, I would say na tong kanyang camera is definitely good. Makita mo no, mga vacation spot like this one, ang ganda ng pagka-capture ni POCO X8 Pro. And yung mga greens niya dito is a little bit saturated toward the darker green na tone. If you're trying to capture mga good na landscape shot like this one, makita mo kanyang blue sky is really nice and yung mga cloud details niya is intact. Pati mga flowers like this one on outdoor looks pretty nice and solid. This is probably one of the nicest shot na nakuha ko on a flower. Nilalaro ko rin naman ng kanyang ultra-wide lens is what I captured, and this is a normal shot and this is a 2x zoom shot. Well, still pretty nice and clear. Now, pagdating naman sa low light photography, makikita mo dito sa mga full shots na na-capture natin, it looks nice And honestly, I was a bit surprised din sa kanang capability. Except that there are still some mga photos na medyo pale tingnan. I'm not quite sure siguro dahil sa lightings or what. Pero most of the other shots naman na na-capture ko is pretty nice and okay naman para sa akin for a food shot. Kasi food photography is probably one of my favorite things to do on a smartphone para makita ko yung ganda na isang smartphone. Kung mahilig ka naman sa mga subject shots like this one, kayang-kaya naman mag-perform ni POCO X8 Pro. Kahit itong ampaw na ito, no, ang ganda rin kanyang pagkakuha and I was quite happy with it. Now, pagdating naman sa outdoor na mga selfie photos, I would say na not bad. Probably not one of the best, pero not bad ang mga na-captured ko. Tinurn off ang aking beautification, pero still, makinis ang aking mukha. That's one thing for sure dito sa mga shots na nakuha ko dito from the front-facing camera on outdoor. And talagang not bad. And poging-pogi naman ako dito. Now, if you try to take photos on indoor, low light, expect na medyo mas softer. And there are times naman na pag magandang yung lighting, you can still get some really nice one just like this one. Decente, no? And on some other occasion na sobrang low light, medyo magsasuffer lang konti ang aking mukha. And here's a quick video sample from the front-facing camera. Front-facing camera ni POCO X8 Pro can shoot you up to 1080p and 60 FPS. And quite stable naman. Okay naman ka ng resolution. While I'm outdoor, I can say na pretty nice. Just using my bare hand. And pretty solid din ang kanyang color science. And ito naman ang na-capture ko using the rear camera. Ang rear camera ng POCO X8 Pro can shoot you up to 4K and 60. Pretty stable, I can say. Solid ang kanyang color resolution. And what I can say is pretty stable din siya if you're just using your bare hands and wala kang gimbal na dala. Now guys, ano masasabi ko dito sa POCO X8 Pro? Be it the Ironman Edition or the non-Ironman Edition, honestly maganda ang upgrade niya compared sa X7 series. For a price point na 17,999 sa kanyang early bird rate for the lowest variant, I would say na pretty nice ang kanyang performance. Pagdating sa multitasking, lahat kaya naman ang gawin. AAA games, kaya mo rin maglaro dito. And good news, hindi siya ganun kainit. Camera can also perform and ang kanyang battery is quite good and solid, makunat. For its price point guys, ang dali i-recommend tong phone na ito, si POCO X8 Pro. And of course, kung interested kayo dito sa phone na ito, I'll plug the link on the description box below or just simply click yung YouTube shopping link para ma-redirect kayo sa official store ng POCO para makabili kayo nito ng legit. Plus, of course, makuha niyo yung voucher para maka-discount. And of course, kung meron kayong kilala mga friends sa POCO fanatics and Ironman fanatics, don't forget to share this video to them. And of course, ina-encourage you to like, subscribe dito sa aking channel so you don't miss out yung mga review just like this one. So, paano yan? Hanggang dito muna ako and I'll see you on my next video. Peace out. And so, ako para si Richmond and you're watching Gadget Sidekick. What's up? Like and subscribe to my channel. Don't forget to hit that notification bell. For one of my latest uploads, click the dito. And for one of my popular uploads, click here.